Good evening, fellow punters. Friday evening, clock on the wall says 5 to 8, with a few for tomorrow. Seems like an age since I was chatting to you. We done the weekly show yesterday, myself and the Stig, and I didn't have time with a lot of things going on to do a separate video, so I put up the two runners that I had for today. And on a luckier day, we might have had two winners. Harry Cobden needed to ping the last one to put pressure on the other two. Slowed into it, ran a gallant race on their top weight to be third, only beaten about a length or even less. I thought if he got a good one at the last, he might win it. Just Harry's only ride there today. And then Liberated Lad, more experienced jockey, probably would have been closer to the front four. He gave them 2 or 3 lengths before the turn and showed a good turn of foot. 2 more strides and he was up. So it was one of those days. We had 2 winners yesterday. 2 well-backed horses as well. There were 72 and 15 to 8 the night before when the prices came up. I recorded that before lunch the day before. And they went off hot favourites, the two of them. 2 good winners. I got a heart attack nearly when at the second last he brought it out of the roots, the hurdle out of the ground. But I went playing poker the other night to Galway. Got there about 10 past, 8:15. There was 34 entries. Finished up, they were paying 4, finished up the Bubble Boy. Went out in 5th at about 1:30, 20 to 2, something like that. The blinds had gone really high, 8,000, 15,000 with a 15,000 ante. So every orbit you were losing 38,000. I shoved with Ace-8 suited, 3-5 the big stack, called me, 3-4-5 on the flop, 8 on the turn, gave me lots of outs. Needed a 2 and 8 or an ace. Queen came, so that was me sayonara, bye-bye. But I had an opportunity the time before. I felt I got lucky. Probably would have been up into 2nd or 3rd place. But that's the way, as I say, that's poker. And the funeral was yesterday then. He got a great send-off. He was a truck driver. And there were several trucks that led the cortege into town. It was like C.W. McCall years ago. It was like a convoy. And there was a lovely gesture after communion. He was very fond of country and western music, and the radio was hardly ever on in the truck. It was always country and western CD. So they played 6'6" Christy or Johnny Cash, a thing called Love, and the Highwayman was the one that they played as the coffin departed from the church to his resting place. So I might sing a country song some night, maybe Monday night. I might do one for him. So on to tomorrow. Better racing tomorrow than today. We go to the first race. A horse that I mentioned weeks and weeks back as one that I wanted to get on the bus. I put it in the notebook, was Attaca. It won very well in Cheltenham, and it was only a 4-year-old at the time. It was up against older horses, but it stayed on dourly up the hill, and the step up tomorrow is no harm. Now there's a bit of collateral for him there, or he beat Master Chewy by 1 1/4 lengths, and done it nicely, I thought. And that Persian Time, when he won his race, you'll see a 1 after. But he wouldn't have won that race only for Master Chewy, who was about 4 or 5 lengths ahead, fell at the last that time when that race. So a line through both of them for him. I know that circumstances and conditions are different, but you'll be thinking that he should be able to do that tomorrow, hopefully. And because it's so short, there is a bus horse tomorrow in Newcastle, isn't it? Russian Virtue. But it's 1 to 2. So we could double them. Russian Virtue has won 3 or 4 for us. It won over hurdles, and it won in Newcastle as well. So the betting suggests, it never is though, but that it's a penalty kick tomorrow. He won. He won a good few races for us there. He has 4 wins in a row, but he has won. He's a buzz horse, so we could do that double. It'll be, if you get, it's more than 9 to 4 between the two of them. So it's not about, if the two of them come in, 10 or double, you have 33 or 34 back, I think. Anyway, it's not that, but this. The Revels Town tomorrow, the favourite should win that. On to the 225, which is a good race. There's a horse, Revels Hill. I think we could play him each way tomorrow. I put him up that time he last ran, but it was 3 miles 5 in Sandown. And he got off to a bad start, and he quick wave was gone from him. But on his previous run, when he ran in Ascot, this is what we watched the last time, and it looked like to be too short for him. So the trip tomorrow could prove ideal for him. It's just short, a 3 mile trip.
It's got on by 3 or 4 lengths and moving stylishly. Janica running in second, Tamrock du Matin in third place, with a white cap. Revels Hill is just in fourth from Do Your Job and Phlegmatic, and Elixir de Nutz's Keelan Woods and Your Darling head down to the final 2 plain fences with a commanding advantage. Your Darling 2 out, over it safely. Janica 10 lengths behind in second. Revels Hill has moved into third. Then Phlegmatic in company with Do Your Job, but this is a long lead for Your Darling as they come towards the final fence now. Up and over safely, and he's going to be everybody's darling here because he's won by miles. Phlegmatic has moved into second position late on, but Your Darling has strode away with the Royal Ascot Racing Club handicap chase, and he's eased down to win in style. Second will be very close. Nearest to us, Revels.
He was finishing fast there over 2-5. This is nearly a 3 mile tomorrow. And I thought there's 11 to 2, 5 to 1. We could back him each way. I think there's 4 places. I'm trying to play safe tomorrow because we don't want to throw away our money that we've been trying to keep on side for a couple of weeks' time. 3 weeks' time, there's something important going on. And in the 335, that's the big race of the day. We go to the 410. We have a bus horse here, Apple Rock. This has won 3 times for us. Now, and it has a little bit of a break. It won there on the 22nd of November, the 1st of December, and the 30th, all at nice prices. And it was 9 to 2 the last day. It drifted. Needs 3 miles. It has a good engine. We got away with it the time before at 2.5. It's only up. What did it go up for? I think it went up £6. But it's an each way price tomorrow. Apple Rock 7 to 1, 13 to 2. Favourite looks, sort of well handicapped, all right, but we got to stay with the one that made us some money. And in the same tune, then in the one in Lingfield, we have Bass Note. This done us a good turn the last time as well. It went up £4 for this. You'll remember it. It came with a withering one run on the outside, but we knew he was always going to get there because the bus passengers was cheering him on up the straight.
Blow Your Horn coming with a run on the very wide outside from Silverscape. Still no move from Protected Guest at the back of the field. A wall of horses as they run into the final turn. Capital Theory is pressed by Pirate King and by the improving Blow Your Horn now challenging 3-4 horses wide. Then Prince of Hearts and Oman, and then Silverscape and Bass Note and Protected Guest from the back of the field. Capital Theory finding plenty in front here inside the final furlong. Really stretching his neck. Capital Theory, Prince of Hearts. Here's Bass Note now flying down the outside, and it's going to go very close indeed and better, and Bass Note gets in. What a fantastic run.
Now, it won't be simple under top weight. There's a horse there that I had in my head to go this time, but He was impressive, I thought, the last time. But over the same course and distance, Base Note was about 2 seconds faster, 2.5 seconds faster than this fella. But this fella won with his head in his chest. So he's one we can be looking at for the future.
Once more, there was a mid-race slowdown there, but they're going to start getting a bit quicker as they turn for home in earnest. And the lead is still with Now Then Wendy to Polemon on the outside. Berkshire Breeze has been a little bit wide throughout. Casaluna has been covered up throughout. Now looks for a gap or two to appear. They're making the swing for home. Now Then Wendy now being driven along. Polemon, the dark-coloured cap has come to produce a run. Berkshire Breeze is still travelling strongly. Casaluna hasn't really picked up a great deal. Inside the final furlong they go. Polemon on the far side. Berkshire Breeze the near, and Berkshire Breeze has now gone on by length and a half. Make that 2, and racing up towards the line. Berkshire Breeze always travelled well. A trifle
like the surface, a good long stride, close fast. I don't know what the last section was, the last furlong between the two of them. But what I'll be doing in that case tomorrow is I'll be back in Base Note. I'll be putting it in multiple bets, and I'll be doing a small little reverse forecast with the 1 and the 9. The big race of the day tomorrow is the Betfair Chase, won last year by Fakir oudaries. A bus horse. It won for us the last time. We were lucky because the horse that beat it the last time, or would have won the last time, actually fell at the last. It's Stig's Nap. It's out tomorrow. It's 11 to 10. It opened up, but that won for us in Aintree as well last year. We have followed that. I've followed the last few years. It's going to be a big ask tomorrow. He's the most likely winner on Forum, but you have Shishkin, and if this was a handicap, he'd have to give, I think it's £10, isn't it? 164, 174. So he's £10 well in, and Pictorial will be out in front. Will be hard pegged back. Will like that good grounder. He's a very good jumper. He's very impressive since he had that wind surgery the last time. But anyone that's on the bus in a while that has backed Fakir oudaries before will have to stay loyal tomorrow as well. But I won't be going mental on a big bet or anything because we don't know how Shishkin is going to come back after having wind surgery and stepping up in distance since it's point-to-point days. And Pictorial is a decent horse out in front. It's only 8 as well, so looking forward to them races tomorrow. So that's us for tonight. I'm waffling on a bit too much. There's a couple out Sunday. I'll try and get back tomorrow evening. So happy Saturday. A few newcomers on the bus. Mark Rawlins, a Joe Donoghue in Westmeath, and Keelan Joyce. You're all very welcome. If I missed any lately, I'll try and look back at the when I get a chance and get you. Bash the bookies, over and out.